Okay, andito ngayon kasama ko si Kong Terry Redon, part of the prosecution team. Kong Terry, anong masasabi mo dun sa first week natin dito sa impeachment? How did you think it went for the prosecution and for the defense?
Okay naman. Ang very important naman sa atin, mailabas yung ebidensya. And first witness na ho tayo, nailabas na ho natin ebidensya on threats against the President. So yung video of the Vice President threatening the President, the First Lady, and the former House Speaker, nakasa yun, no? So, tagumpay yung linggo na ito.
Okay, pero hindi pa naman to ang tapos ng mga paglalabas ng ebidensya tungkol sa grave threat, di ba? Marami pa.
Next week may mga dagdag pang mga witnesses. So, for example, si Director Matibag, one of the members of the NBI also will be presented again. Tapos si Zulaika Lopez will also be presented.
What is the relevance of Zulaika Lopez when it comes to grave threats?
Well, very important yun kasi I think she was in yung pong in contempt of Congress, no?
Yes.
When the press conference of the Vice President was made, no? So, doon po natin makikita yung context as to yung pong pag-threaten ng ating Vice President sa Pangulo.
And how long do you expect the fourth article, which is grave threat, to last bago tayo mag-move on to the next one?
Well, with the way things have been going, baka we will take around, I don't know, 5 weeks, 6 weeks.
5 weeks just for one article.
We'll see. Ano pa naman to eh? Nasa opening pains pa naman tayo. So, like what the presiding officer had said, baka naman na ma-expedite natin in the next couple of days.
Right. And ikaw mismo, Kong, ano yung mismong article na hinahandle mo? Is it also grave threat or are you with the one with the other articles?
Unexplained wealth.
Unexplained wealth.
Yun. So, yung pong mga silent issues at iba pa.
So,
yung pag-usapan yan.
so sa ngayon, spectator ka lang?
Hindi, ano naman kami? The entirety of the prosecution panel is very much involved in every article of impeachment.
Okay.
The prosecutors, whether private or public, do not just spectate. I mean, there are people who are actually conducting examinations. Pero
Right.
siyempre, people are actually making notes and sending out
Yes.
notes. Diba?
Right. Okay. So when it comes to what's happening right now, the pace of the actual hearing do you believe that it's going at the right pace, or do you think? I mean, one witness, 2 days, 2 days.
Well, I understand the logic of the Senate impeachment cut, for example, for the first witness kasi syempre mahaba din talaga yung panahon eh. Dun sa direct examination.
Right.
So we wanted to be able to provide the defense also the opportunity to actually make their presentation and cross
Right.
in a manner na fresh pa rin talaga yung mga tao. Not just the teams, no, but also the senator judges.
Right. And sa mga nanonood, na baka nag-aalala kasi ibang mga kababayan natin, I've heard some sentiments na parang, paano yung legislative work ng ating Kongreso at Senado because the impeachment is taking 3 days in a week for months. Paano na? Mahuhold ba yung mga ibang legislative work? Mababagalan? How does that affect your work mismo as a legislator?
Wala naman kasi wala sa lahat, we're on a legislative break at the moment.
Okay.
So nothing actually moves in Congress and at the Senate
Okay.
while the impeachment proceedings are underway, no? So hindi din yung totoo na kumbaga the impeachment is taking so much time.
Okay.
And for example, tomorrow naman, I think both the Senate and the House can be able to have their own committee meetings also.
Right. Okay.
They want to have their meetings on different matters.
Okay, sige. Also on the question of ano ba ang relevance nitong impeachment, kasi may mga iba naman na sinasabi na parang nag-i-impeach kayo, how does this affect the Filipino people? Ano ba tingin mo ang epekto nito at bakit importante itong impeachment?
Siyempre, alam mo, mahalaga yung mga ganito accountability measures sa pananagutan ng mga leaders natin. So for example, gusto mo ba na leader na nagtitreten sa, halimbawa, ititreten yung pamilya mo?
No.
Ititreten yung anak mo? Ititreten yung mga mahal mo sa buhay? Tingin ko, mabigat na bagay. So hindi talaga dapat pinapalampas ng mga kababayan po natin.
Are you allowed to comment on dun sa statement na ginawa nung defense na sinabi niya na yung pagbabanta na ginawa ni VP Sara is only a reaction to somebody who felt threatened, who had real death threats. Kaya yun lang daw yung nagawa niya. At dahil wala naman daw assassin na mapatunayan na wala naman daw talagang nilabag na batas.
Hindi, the issue is not the contract itself eh. The issue is the threat itself.
Right.
No? So let's not, huwag nating ulahin yung mga kababayan natin na dahil walang kontrata, there's nothing to talk about. No? Ang pinag-usapan natin, ang pagbabanta ay pagbabanta at ay pagbabanta. So the moment that you've done it in a grave manner, nanakot ka na papatayin, wala akong pakialam kung it had a context.
Right.
Hindi ba?
Right.
Parang dapat hindi mo yun ginagawa. Hindi yun dapat ginagawa ng mga matataas na leader ng ating bansa.
At hindi mo pwedeng masabi na justified naman dahil nga nagkaroon siya ng banta sa buhay niya according to her.
Hindi, I don't think you would do it. Ang ginagawa ng merong banta, edi mag-report ka sa, meron naman siyang BPSG.
Right.
Di ba, meron siyang sariling law enforcement office under her, no? So, what is she talking about? What
Right.
is he talking about?
The biggest private army. That's what I call it. And not, I know you didn't say, I'm saying that. It's pretty much a private army, 400 plus. Marami yun eh. Oo. Totoo, okay. So, Kong Terry, anong pwedeng asahan ng ating mga viewers sa susunod na linggo?
Pero marami pa ho. So, tuloy-tuloy naman po itong mga bagay na ito. So, salang ulit. By next week, we can't wait to let the evidence speak for itself.
Okay, sige. Salamat sa oras mo, Kong Terry. We look forward to watching you and the entire prosecution team in action.
Alright.
Okay, thank you so
Chris.
much.
Thanks,
Sige, ingat ka. Alright. Perfect.